On shiny objects. In fitness, there are a whole lot of shiny objects in fitness and in nutrition. Let's say you're working with kettlebells and your buddy tells you that they've been training with barbells for the last 6 months and oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. And you know, you've been doing kettlebell swings and you're not really sure why they are that awesome. I mean, they look awesome and the folks on the internet are doing it, but you're not really seeing any benefit out of it. And so you're like, yeah, maybe barbells are my thing. And you decide to shift to barbells. Or you've been eating your way like you always have, and then somebody tells you about keto or paleo. And you realize, you know what, that's the missing link. That's what I need to be doing. And you shift track instead of trying to do the 80%, which sounds too sensible to work. You think, okay, you know what, keto it is. I'm vegetarian, but I'm going to do keto. Okay, now here's the thing. Today, as a strength coach and as a nutrition coach, many times I find myself telling you what the more responsible long-term thing is. And the responsible long-term thing is 80% works. Barbell training is a lot more technical than kettlebell training, and you need to put in more work. The reason your kettlebell swings don't work for you is because your skill is not great. But when I rewind and look at things for myself, shiny objects are all I looked at, and yet I'm here today. Shiny objects have a role to play. I'll give you 2 examples. CrossFit. My biggest love affair in fitness is with CrossFit. Honestly, if it wasn't for CrossFit, I don't think I would be here. In particular, if it wasn't for San Francisco CrossFit, my gym. I still call it my gym because, yeah, that's the first time I feel I've belonged at a gym. Now, if I had researched CrossFit, especially today, if you research CrossFit, it's either it's the greatest thing ever or it's the worst thing you can do for you. It's neither. CrossFit is a great framework. CrossFit has helped so many people who never thought about fitness before pick up a barbell. It has its place. For some, it works. For some, it doesn't. But now that they are turned on to fitness, they do something else. Case in point, me. But if it wasn't for that shiny object, I wouldn't have picked it up. If somebody had told me 12 years ago, live sensibly, go to the gym 3 days a week, be at 80%, I would have been bored and it wouldn't have worked for me. In nutrition as well, eat your vegetables, drink your water, eat some protein. That's what works long term. There's no arguments about it. But if I hadn't tried going gluten-free for about 6 weeks, if I hadn't tried going sugar-free for 3 months, if I hadn't received that slap in the face, that jolt, I wouldn't have realized a whole lot of things. So to me, hearing about gluten-free 10, 12, 13, I forget, a long time ago, and doing it, and it was such a huge shift in how I was eating. And to make that change meant I had to think so much about my eating habits. Likewise with sugar. Going through that deprivation phase was necessary for me. Yes, it was awesome. I lost a bunch of weight and all that, but the learnings that came out of it, I still use them today. But if I were to look at them from afar and not be charitable about it, shiny objects, that's what they were. Because the long term right answer is something else. Shiny objects are a tool, they work. They work at all points of our journey. So don't let people like me tell you otherwise. They work for the short term. You will figure it out. Okay? Just be confident. Just pay attention and know what it is. Recognize the shiny object for what it is, and you're in power. It's only when you think of it as a magic pill that things go wrong. Okay? So figure it out.